Emily Turner had built a life that seemed perfect. For 20 years, she and her husband, Robert, a successful lawyer, lived in a beautiful home with their 2 children. Emily, the devoted wife, managed their household, supported Robert's career, and maintained their image as the ideal couple. They attended social events, went on lavish vacations, and projected an unshakable marriage. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Robert's work hours grew longer. He came home late, distracted, and glued to his phone. Intimate moments faded, and conversations felt hollow. Emily attributed it to his recent promotion to senior partner at his law firm, convincing herself it was just stress. But the distance grew, and Emily couldn't ignore the subtle changes: Robert's new suits, expensive cologne, and sudden gym obsession. She dismissed them as a midlife crisis, too busy keeping their lives perfect to see the truth. One evening at Giovanni's, their favorite restaurant, Robert dropped a bombshell. Over dinner, he said, "I need space." Emily froze, her heart sinking. "I've changed. We've changed. We want different things now," he continued, his tone cold, his eyes fixed on his glass. The words shattered Emily. 2 decades of love and sacrifice reduced to a calculated statement. He slid a business card across the table, his divorce lawyer's contact. Emily's world crumbled. She left the restaurant, her dignity intact but her heart in pieces. Weeks later, Emily faced another blow, a stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis. The timing couldn't have been worse. She had planned to tell Robert that evening, but he was working late again. Alone in their kitchen, staring at the marble countertops they'd chosen for their 10th anniversary, Emily wondered when their home had become a showpiece rather than a sanctuary. When had Robert become a stranger? The signs of Robert's betrayal became undeniable. A credit card statement revealed charges from jewelry stores and intimate restaurants Emily had never visited. Late-night calls, strange silences, and a lipstick mark on his collar, a vibrant red she never wore, confirmed her fears. When confronted, Robert admitted to an affair with his secretary, Jessica. "It just happened," he said, as if 20 years could be erased so casually. He handed her divorce papers, already prepared, and walked away. Emily's world spiraled. Her diagnosis loomed, and Robert's betrayal weighed heavily. But a call from her father-in-law, George Mitchell, changed everything. George, a steady presence in her life since her own father's death, invited her to lunch. There, he revealed a secret. "I added a moral clause to my will. If Robert divorces you without proof of your infidelity, he forfeits his inheritance. The family estate, Lakeview Cottage, everything." Emily was stunned. Robert, too focused on his ambition, had never read the will. George's foresight gave Emily a powerful tool to reclaim her life. The betrayal stung deeper when Emily saw Robert and Jessica's engagement announcement on Instagram just weeks after their divorce. The ring Jessica wore looked like the heirloom Robert had dismissed as outdated, the one passed down through Emily's family. Worse, their engagement party was set for Lakeview Cottage, where Robert had proposed to Emily 21 years ago. The audacity fueled her resolve. Emily had the moral clause, and she wasn't afraid to use it. As Emily prepared for the confrontation, she focused on rebuilding herself. She scheduled cancer treatments, reconnected with friends and family, and reclaimed her maiden name, Emily Jenkins. At the courthouse, the clerk smiled and said, "Welcome back to yourself, Miss Jenkins." It felt like a quiet victory. She was shedding not just Robert's name, but the version of herself defined by their marriage. The day of the engagement party arrived. Emily dressed elegantly, exuding quiet strength. Lakeview Cottage, once a symbol of their love, was now a battleground. The decorations were extravagant, the guests oblivious to the storm brewing. Emily walked in, head held high, and approached Robert and Jessica. Jessica, unaware of the clause, looked uneasy. Robert masked his surprise, but Emily could see his unease. With calm resolve, Emily handed Robert an envelope containing George's will. "You need to read this," she said. As Robert scanned the document, his face paled. "This can't be real," he stammered. "Oh, it's real," Emily replied. "Your father's will states that if you divorce me without proof of my infidelity, you lose everything. The estate, this cottage, it's all mine." The room fell silent, guests murmuring as the truth spread. Jessica, confused, looked to Robert, who was unraveling. His confidence crumbled, replaced by fear. "You never bothered to read the will, did you?" Emily said, stepping closer. "You thought you could discard me and take everything. But you've lost it all." Robert's arrogance had blinded him, and now his new life was slipping away. Emily turned to leave, feeling a weight lift. She had delivered justice, not with anger, but with quiet power. Walking away from Lakeview Cottage, Emily felt free. She wasn't just reclaiming her inheritance. She was reclaiming her life. Her cancer treatments continued, draining but hopeful. She reconnected with her sister, Claire, and took a trip to the coast, rediscovering joy. Emily's story wasn't over. It was just beginning. Emily's journey from heartbreak to empowerment shows the strength within us all. Robert's betrayal and her diagnosis could have broken her, but instead, they fueled her resilience. The moral clause was more than a legal tool, it was her ticket to justice. Robert underestimated her, but Emily rose above, reclaiming her dignity and future. Her story reminds us that betrayal doesn't define us. Like Emily, we can rebuild, find justice, and write the next chapter of our lives. Betrayal, she faced heartbreak, divorce, and a cancer diagnosis. But a hidden clause in her father-in-law's will change everything. Watch Emily's empowering journey from devastation to triumph as she reclaims her life and delivers justice at her ex-husband's engagement party. This powerful story of resilience will inspire you to rise above betrayal and take control of your future. Don't miss it. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories of strength and empowerment.